Good morning, one and all. Welcome to ITM Business School, Chennai, a proud part of ITM group of institutions in India. There is a culture of worshipping female goddesses, including honoring women's role in society. But it doesn't mean that the country's need for growth can only be fulfilled by worshipping, respecting, and honoring women. She needs equality in every way of life. She exists not in one form, but has multiple avatars, such as mother, sister, aunt, wife, daughter, grandmother, all in one single lifetime. She is strong, smart, crafty. She is passionate, courageous, generous. Cooking barefoot is only one of her several superpowers. She is action, emotion, devotion. She has hope, beauty, and she knows how to use it. She gives you life. She gives you respect, love, gratitude. She believes in you. She'll nurture you, fight for you. She deserves nothing less from you. She is a woman. One such super woman is among us today, who otherwise doesn't need to be introduced. Her name is her introduction. She is none other than GAUTHAMI TADIMALLA, an inspiration to numerous women, not just because she is a famed personality in cine world, but also because she is a true warrior who has fought against cancer and survived against all the odds. She proved to be braver than what she actually believed she is, stronger than what she seems to be, smarter than what she thought she is, and twice as beautiful as what she ever imagined she is. She started her career in South Indian, film industry in the year 1983 and has worked in numerous South Indian films, including Bollywood films. She was pursuing in engineering when she got an opportunity to work in the film industry. Her parents also encouraged her to take up cinema. Also, her interest was to be a police officer or to serve nation by joining defense services, inspired by her family members who were in the same field. To climb up the ladder in cinema was never a cakewalk for her. She was a layperson when she started her cine career and had to self-learn everything from scratch. She observed a lot on the sets, fine-tuned her expressions, self-learned techniques of acting. She was honored with various awards in her career, with Filmfare Award for Best Actress Tamil 1991, Ramu Karyak Award for Best Actress Malayalam 1994, Vijay Award for Best Costume Designer 2009, Tamil Nadu State Film Award for Best Costume Designer 2017, and many more. Gautami was diagnosed with cancer at the age of 35, and ever since, it has been a long way to recovery for her. She said in one of her interview in The Hindu, "My fight with cancer changed my outlook towards life. I do not take it for granted anymore. Every single day counts, and we must live it to the fullest. Making small changes in our daily routine actually adds value to life." According to her, to be able to talk and exchange ideas is the first step to empowerment. She started a radio show addressing people and motivating them to take life head on. When she thought life was over, she realized that there is a life again. That thought made her to start Life Again Foundation, where she actively works through a network of volunteers and NGOs across cities in helping cancer patients. Their motto is to lend a helping hand in whichever way possible to cancer warriors. It really takes courage to fight against something which you don't know whether you will conquer. In an exclusive interview with Deccan Chronicle, Gautami reinforced some of the basic tenets of the survivor's mindset, the dire need of educating people on lifestyle and particularly food choices, and some of the goals of organizing the Winner's Walk initiative here in the city of World Cancer Day on Feb 4th. Organizing a walk in Chennai at the Alcott School in Besant Nagar, Gauthami extolled the virtues of cancer survivor and how they can shine a light for those who are presently in the darkness, with a theme denoting to the effect of if I can defeat it, you can as well. She says that this winner's walk is a showcase that when you beat cancer, you have won. You show the rest that there is a hope and that mindset will play a key part. Her goal is simple and without too many assumptions. That is, I want people to come forward. I want every single person to participate in this event. We are here to welcome multi-talented, multifaceted personality for inspirational talk. Over to you, ma'am, and welcome.
Wonderful.
Ma'am, can you hear us? Gautam, ma'am, can you hear us?
Gautam, ma'am.
Participants, is it possible for you to switch off your videos? That might have a load issues with the network so that you can switch off your videos.
Yeah, because I too stay near Mahabalipuram. I've been facing the same issue since morning.
Got it. So, Gautami ma'am, can you hear us?
She's trying again to log in. Sorry for the inconvenience.
Ma'am, can you hear us? Your mic is unmuted.
Yes. So sorry about this. Oh Lord. Heaven. Hello. Mr. Gulshan Kumar, I am so sorry again. This is really anybody's fault, but I feel so terrible. And especially when you started speaking, the kind of the message that you were giving out was so beautiful. I'm so touched because, and also if you have it written down, if you've actually, worked on it as a text, I would love um, to read it if you can share it with me. Because what you said in the beginning passages about what a woman is, and especially in India, how we value and revere her, and how we should hold her in such high standing. I would love to have those words because they were so beautifully thought out and written and spoken.
Sure, ma'am. I'll
And
specially
I got
and share this.
upset because the connection went in the middle of that, so I got even more upset because I lost that.
Yeah, yeah. No. I'll share it with you in a dot letter. That way. Yeah. It will reach to you.
Please do. Because if I may, just jump in here because I'm very conscious about the fact that we're at 11:30 and I feel terrible about this delay. The thing is, the words that you said about how a woman is revered in this country and worshipped as a goddess, but yet all the other attributes about how as a mother, as a wife, as a sister, as a colleague, as a friend, there's so many ways, so much of that respect that we should be giving to a woman, even from other women also, not just men, is something that somehow gets missed along the way. So for me to hear you start off this entire conversation with those words is something that I feel so good about, and I feel so proud to hear that because that also shows me as an institution, as an educational institution, what your focus is. And so let me start out by congratulating you and congratulating your college for inculcating this kind of an approach and an attitude, and also mostly a devotion towards life and energy. So congratulations on that. Did I lose everyone? Hello?
Yeah, ma'am. We can hear you.
Okay. I think someone said that they couldn't hear. It was not clear. But you can. Am I clear to everyone?
There's a little bit of breakage in the flow, but that's okay. That's okay. It's clear
Okay.
altogether.
Great. Okay, great. Yes. So yes, please let's kickstart this. And if it is okay with everyone, I'd like to request if our students and everyone can stay with us, and perhaps we can extend this a little bit to take this conversation how we wanted it. Is that okay for everyone?
Yeah, ma'am. Should be okay. People are eagerly waiting to hear you out.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful.
Someone, in fact, wrote that
So, yes.
wait for even 2 hours.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so touched. It's really wonderful. Thank you. So yes, let's jump into that. So what is next? Is there anyone who is going to
No, ma'am. It's
who
all
would like to speak?
yours. All yours. Yes.
Okay. So let me get to the point. So welcome to every one of the students that is over here. Every one of those. Are we? Is this a women's college or is this a co-ed college?
It's a co-ed, ma'am, and it's a business school. Stand AICTE and alone B school, which is a part of ITM group of institutions. This ITM Chennai itself is 28 years old in Chennai, and the group is 30 years old.
Yes.
Yeah. So we have some 20,000 students across the group, and over here, particularly in Chennai, we have
Wonderful.
all the students who are into their higher education of business studies, and a very good mix of male and female, as good as like 55% is a male and 45% is female, and we are proud to share that. And in fact, in our entire group, we have 70% of females, and most of the females are heading the group. Our CPO is a female, our marketing head is a female, our digital media marketing head is a female. Means n number of females are heading the institute. So we are very proud of that. That's what I actually mentioned in my speech also.
I am very proud. Yes, and I'm very proud, and I'm actually very happy to hear this, because for me, this shows that you have really implemented good business sense in bringing in that kind of diversity. And to me, it seems like more than affirmative action, but putting a woman in a position because it's dictated by some rule or law or something. It seems to me that you found the right person for the right job. So that is actually what I would like to say is the best business principle that we can have across industries, whatever segment that one is working in. So congratulations for implementing that and teaching your students by example. So the reason I asked about that is I wanted to know if we have, both young men and women attending this talk, or are we just talking to women?
No,
so now
yeah, this is a mix of students, working professionals, academicians. So it's a mixed crowd. But
wonderful, yeah. Wonderful. I'm thrilled to hear that, because that's the most important thing. Because anything that we do, any kind of effort that comes out, whether it is empowering a section of society or reaching out benefits to another section of society, you can't do it in isolation. And as business school students, I think all of the attendees of this event today will understand that you cannot derive benefit and profit by simply exploiting or empowering only one section of your market. Even if you identify a TG, you will still have to empower the environment to enable your TG to rise up to being your consumer in however you want. So like that, if you're looking at empowering, say, women, or if you're looking at empowering young people to become, successful professionals and adults, then we have to look at the entire ecosystem. You can't just say, I'm going to talk only to women, only to men, or, only to adults or kids. It's very important. No child can flourish on their own without having the support of the family, of their friends, their school, their teacher. Everything is needed for any one individual to flourish in life. So today I would like to talk about something that is probably the bedrock and the foundation for anybody's success in life. Whether you choose to be an artist, whether you choose to be a homemaker, whether you choose to be an executive, a professional, an entrepreneur, social worker, it does not matter. the foundation of anybody's successful life is mental health. There's been a lot of focus on mental health, especially over the last few months during the pandemic, because we've been hearing about so many cases, not just the high profile tragedies, but so many situations and so many tragedies that probably don't get reported in the press, that happen, to friends of yours, maybe somebody that you've heard of. When we hear people taking their own lives or attempting to take their own lives or take some other drastic decision because they feel overwhelmed at the prospect of continuing to live. This is, of course, the extreme stage, extreme price that an unwell person, people with mental health issues that have not been addressed. But I'd also like to talk about those more insidious, something that is not so obvious, something that only that person going through it will know, or maybe that person also doesn't know that they are having certain kind of issues. Like, for example, people talk about depression. Again, we have seen extreme forms of depression with people attempting to take their lives. But depression need not always result in that. Depression can be something that is low-lying, constantly with us. We might be cheerful, we might be aggressive, we might be going out, doing our work, delivering our projects, meeting our deadlines, meeting friends, interacting. We might seem perfectly normal. But underneath all of that, there are many people who feel a constant sense of drag. Can I get up today? Can I do this? I just don't want to do that. I can't think what my motivation is for achieving that. This is something that a lot of us think, I'm not in a good mood today. Or if you express this to someone, say, I'm feeling a little bit down today. Say, oh no, get your act together. Come on, nothing's wrong with you. Get up, let's go and do this thing. Or go and do your work. You're just sitting there jobless. Get up and do something. I want to say that people who are going through that situation, do not ever feel bad about it. Do not think that you're being lazy. Do not think that you're being unmotivated. Don't think that it's just a passing cloud. It is something as valid as if you had a cold or a cough or a headache or fever. And this is something that you need to take seriously and you need to address it. Another thing that a lot of people are facing, especially in society today, right from youngsters, is something called anxiety. Anxiety, normally all of us understand it as, if I have a target, for example, if I have something that I need to do, a deadline to meet, and I'm not able to meet it for some reason, I start getting anxious. Oh my God, can I do this? Can I do that? Oh my God, I should be able to do this. So that anxiety pushes up my blood pressure. It takes away my ability to think clearly. And it kind of impedes me in many ways in achieving my goal. So that is what most of us popularly understand as anxiety. But there is another definition and another reality to anxiety, where it becomes a constant condition for a lot of people. It is something that is there before they even take up a task. It is something that they feel before they open their eyes in the morning and get started with the day. It is a real condition that needs help. None of these things I'm talking about are any reason for us to feel embarrassed. No reason at all for us to feel ashamed or to feel shy about talking. If you have a pain in the leg, if your head is paining, or if you have a cold, cough, a fever, or a toothache, you're going to go to the doctor and you're going to say, doctor, this is what is happening, I need help. There's absolutely no difference when it comes to issues of mental health. Physical health, mental health, both are equally real and equally valid. There is a huge stigma surrounding mental health issues today. And that is a stigma that we should start breaking within ourselves, first and foremost. First and foremost, we need to first understand that if I am feeling like this, it's all right. It's valid, it's real, and this is something that I need to attend to, and I need to get the help. I just want to confirm, am I still online? Can we?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Listen.
Yeah, I'm still online. I'm still online?
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, great. Okay, perfect. So I want to talk about mental health issues today, and I also want to say mental health doesn't mean just deal with anxiety, just deal with depression. I'm talking about mental health being so important because that is what, when you have a beautifully balanced sense of yourself, you can experience joy, you can experience sorrow, you can experience anxiety, you can experience pessimism and optimism. It is being able to experience every emotion that is there within us as human beings, and also understand that this is just one emotion. I'm going through this is a situation I'm facing, and I know how to handle it. And if I don't know how to handle it, I can reach out to my family, reach out to my friends, and go to sleep.
Ma'am, your voice is breaking.
This is a situation I'm facing, and I know how to handle it. And if I don't know how to handle it, I can reach out maybe like 12 or 13.
Ma'am,
Am I
ma'am, your voice is breaking, ma'am, and there is a little lag in that. And your
I'm
videos
speaking about
also.
Buddhism and Zen Buddhism and a lot of. Can you yeah? Is it better now? Hang on one second. Is it? Can you hear me now? Is it better now?
No, ma'am, no, ma'am. It's
Is it
still
better?
shaky. It's still shaky, ma'am.
Just give it a moment.
Sure.
Give it a moment. Is it any better? Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Better?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, is it clear now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you want to know what I did?
Could you please repeat the last
Hello?
a minute talk because we couldn't hear it properly, ma'am.
Okay. So what I wanted to talk about was when I mean take care of your mental health, and what does it mean to have optimum mental health, right? It's like your physical body. You should be able to get up feeling refreshed, feel good in your body, no aches and pains, face the day with a clear mind. You know that you will have challenges, you will have victories, you will have a little bit of up and down. Whatever the day throws at you, you'll wake up with a attitude that I can handle this. If you're running around from morning to night doing work, completing chores, taking care of your responsibilities, you know at the end of the day, you're still going to be able to sit down, enjoy some time with your family, with your friends, and go to sleep, feel good, and get up the next day. So, physically, that's what it means to be in a state of good health. Pretty much the same when you talk about mental health. When you talk about mental health, you need to look at what is happening with you emotionally. All the emotions that we face through life. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Indu, can everyone hear me?
Yes, ma'am. We can hear you.
Okay, great. So I'll tell you a small conversation I had with my mother when I was about 12 or 13. So I was reading up about Zen Buddhism and a lot of related kind of spirituality at that time. And I had come across this statement by a very famous monk who is saying that, we have to train ourselves to be like a glass of water that is still and unmoving and perfectly clear and completely untroubled and at peace. And I contemplated that and trying to understand different perspectives. I asked my mother at that time. So I said, Amma, what do you think about something like this? Is this something that you would aspire to do? Is this something that you would want to do? And what she told me at that time has stayed with me ever since then. She said, if I am like a glass of water, then I want to experience every aspect of what it means to be water. I want to be still. I want to splash. I want to flow. I want to be a wave. I want to be a ripple. I want to see light refract through the water. I want to see all the beauty and all the joy that is there in the nature of water. That is, I think, possibly the most beautiful way of explaining what our emotions are. We have joy, we have sorrow, we have anger, we have love, we have peace, we have unrest, we have pessimism, we have optimism. These are all our emotions, and they're all a part and parcel of what it means to be human, to have human emotions and intellect. So to be in optimum mental health, to have a nice balanced outlook, means we should be able to experience any of these emotions and know that it is simply an emotion and we are going to get past it. And we should be able to handle whatever the repercussions or the fallout of experiencing each emotions and knowing I'm still me and I'm fine. So how do we aim for that kind of mental health? Pretty much like we work towards physical health. We need to first know ourselves. We need to know our mind. We need to know our emotions, who we are, how we react. What is my weakness? What is my strength? What are the things that make me afraid? What are the things that give me courage? What are the things that I want to do better? What are the things I feel good about? And the most important thing, I'm going to say this and then I'm going to ask all of you to start talking to me through your questions or through your thoughts that you want to share. But before that, I'm going to say probably the most important thing that we all need to remember throughout life. All of us, no matter how successful or how you know uh, elated or how special anybody might seem, every one of us goes through the same ups and downs. Every one of us has the same fears, the same worries, the same anxieties. And every one of us faces the same challenges. But what makes the difference is when we know, if I know I can handle this and then I work and I bring out my strength and my capability and I overcome a challenge. But there are also times when I know I can't do it on my own. That's the time when I reach out and I ask for help. If I need advice, if I need support, if I need counseling, if I need treatment, if I need someone to simply stand with me and say, it's okay, you can do this on your own. I am here with you. I believe in you. Even if it is just that. We need to know that we should reach out and ask for help. So, like we're going to ask a doctor for medication when we're feeling unwell, we also need to reach out and ask for help when we feel overwhelmed by some emotion or a situation. Don't ever think that you're alone. Don't ever think that you have nobody or you have no other choice or no other option in life. There's always a way. Even when things look so dark, so defeating, so overwhelming, just hang on, just believe in yourself and know that you will get past this either on your own or with help. Never give up because, and the only truth is because you are special and your life is unique. You deserve to live and you deserve to live your life to the fullest. It's your right. When you're born, it is your right to live your life to the fullest. Never give up on yourself, and other people will not give up on you. I really hope that my connection held up and all of you heard this, because I want you all to keep this, write it down, etch it somewhere, but remember this like a mantra throughout your life for all the ups and downs you're going to face. You are special and unique, and your life is beautiful, and you have to live it to the fullest. So please, I'm waiting to hear from you, your thoughts, your questions. If you think the voice is lagging, please type. I can see the chat box. Please put your messages in here. If Indu can maybe receive a few questions and read them out, we can go through that.
Participants, you can also unmute yourselves and ask questions directly, or you can post it in the chat box so that we can discuss.
Ma'am?
Yes, Madhumita.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Please tell me.
what is your tips to overcome anxiety?
Very good. Okay. Um, the basis for addressing any situation where you're feeling overwhelmed, right? Whether it's anxiety or whether it's work related or something. First of all, you need to physically calm yourself down. Because along with anxiety comes, an elevated heart rate, all your physical parameters get accelerated. So first, physically calm down. For that, I would definitely suggest finding a kind of a breathing technique. You can call it pranayama, or you can call it measured breathing, but find a breathing technique that calms down your body systems. Your heart rate should settle down, your blood flow should settle down, your brain should be a little clearer, because when you get anxious and stressed, the kind of a chemical imbalance that starts developing will get your brain kind of foggy, where you're not been able to think clearly. So first, physically calm yourself down. Do deep breathing exercises. Do even breathing exercises. In for 4 counts, out for 4 counts. Do this till your body starts settling down. After that, look at the situation that you're feeling anxious about. Understand it. Step back and understand. Okay, this is a situation. Is it a project? Is it a task? Is it a relationship issue? Just sit. If it helps you, write it down. Sometimes when you write it down with a pen and paper, not typing, I'm specifically saying writing it down, because there's something about the connection between moving your hand and your brain sending signals and the thought process that goes on. It helps you to think a little more balanced and more organized. So take a pen and paper and write down whatever's in front of you and whatever's troubling you. And then you start thinking, how do I resolve this issue? What do I need? What are my resources? Do I need people? Do I need some kind of talent? Do I need material? Do I need a different skill set? How do I get that? So make yourself calm down and start looking at the situation logically. When I was diagnosed with cancer, what the first thing that I did, everybody, I heard this from so many people, oh, you're handling this so well. You are not broken up and sad and, so upset and weeping and all the time. And for me, that felt strange, because the way I approached my cancer, I'll tell you, I'm saying it doesn't have to be, huge life-threatening issues like cancer. You can feel anxiety for small things about, can I get up and get to work on time? Can I get to college properly? Do I have all my books with me? It can be small things, but the anxiety is the same. I understand that. I'm going to explain it with my cancer experience, so it'll help everyone to understand what I'm saying. So when I was diagnosed with cancer, my first thought was, I'm going to go sit with my doctor and I'm going to ask a list of questions to understand what kind of cancer this is, at what stage it is, what are my treatment options, how well can I fight it, what else do I need, what kind of other doctors do I need, what can I do myself to support this treatment, and mentally, how do I approach this? To be positive, to be analytical, to be logical. How do I train my body so that the medicine I'm getting works nicely? So when I started doing this, I realized, okay, this is the extent of my cancer. These are my medicines, my weapons that I can fight it with. Mentally and physically, this is how I can help myself get better. And these are the doctors that I have. So if you approach anxiety or situations that give you anxiety like this, it really helps. I hope this is something that's helped everyone hearing this. There is one other thing that I want to say, medication. There is a lot of stigma about medication. There is also a lot of confusion about medication. What does it mean if you go to a doctor, a psychiatrist, or any other kind of person who's authorized to treat anxiety and depression and other mental health issues, and if we take medication for them? Does it mean that, I am not a normal person? Does it mean that there's some sort of a stigma to me that other people don't want to get? Sorry?
Okay.
So, yeah. Okay. So what I want to say is, taking treatment and taking medication for issues of mental health is no different than taking treatment for any kind of physical health issues. It's your body, it's your mind, it's your life, and it's your wellness. And you have to be ready to do whatever it takes to make yourself feel completely all right and healthy. So don't ever feel embarrassed, don't ever feel shy or ashamed to reach out for professional help when it comes to mental health, to your own mental health, to your friends, to your loved ones. Okay? There's someone who's written a question, who's, well, sharing, who's going to a psychiatrist due to some losses in life, tried to harm themselves. And after attending the counseling, this lovely person is getting back the confidence in life. To be a successful person in life, both physical and mental health should be balanced and should be stable. Thank you so much for sharing that story. Thank you so much. You know who I'm speaking about, Janani Prabhu, and I'm so proud of you for sharing that. I know how difficult it would have been at one time, and I know that today, by your sharing these few words, you would have already helped so many people who would have read that message. People who are going through similar situations and who feel angry, they feel embarrassed, they feel confused about how to go out and get help. And I'm so proud of you because you've taken that step to get that help for yourself, and you're feeling better, and you're going to be back on top of the world, and you're going to rock your life. And just reach out and keep helping as many people. There's one thing, Praveen, Raj, I'm going to come to your question right now. There is one thing that I want to tell all of you. A lot of us have done it also. When we're feeling anxious, we're feeling depressed, we're feeling challenged by something, we're not in a good place mentally and emotionally. But when someone asks us, is something wrong? You seem to be, a bit dull or quiet. And we all just put on a false smile and say, no, we're fine. I'm fine. There's nothing wrong. I'm perfectly all right. I just have a headache, or I'm just thinking about something. We brush it off. That's because some of us don't know how to ask for help. Some of us think that if we say, yes, I need help, people will think that we're weak. Some of us feel embarrassed. What I want to say is, if you come across somebody who you know is putting on a fake smile, somebody who's hiding some pain or some deeper issue, I want you to persist. I want you to dig down and say, no, I know something is troubling you. Share it with me. I'll be here for you. I'll help you get the help that you need. Please be that person that says, I am here for you. Because very often, you don't need to do anything to help another person more than saying, it's okay, I understand. I'm with you and I know you can get past this. Those few words are enough. People have strength within them to fight and to overcome. So please don't let it go when somebody is saying, no, I'm all right. It's okay. I'm just a headache. No. Sit there, take 5 minutes extra out of your busy schedule and say, I know something's troubling you. Talk to me. Okay? Please promise me that, and we are going to start making our society, our world so much healthier and happier.
Ma'am, and there's a question from Praveen Raj. Yes, I know in silly field we face a lot of humiliation because I'm going to enter. According to you, how to face that, ma'am?
Okay. Praveen, first of all, congratulations, because to take a decision like that and to have a goal like that is a wonderful thing. The film industry, just the media and entertainment industry, because now thankfully it's not just films. You have television, you have digital media, you have online, you have YouTube, so many options are there. But to take that decision is a wonderful thing, and I know you're stepping into a beautiful industry, a beautiful universe. I wish you all the best. But as you said, you're going to face challenges that are going to be might not be very huge, because everyone has a unique path. Some people have a more welcoming path. Some people fight a lot. Some people struggle a lot. But what I want to tell you is, ups and downs you are going to definitely face. Even if you walk into the industry and you get a great film in your first try itself, and that film is a great success and everybody's praising you and you're a star, fantastic. The downs will come after that. You will always have challenges, no matter how successful you've been, because that is the way life works. That is the way careers work. You are going to go through ups and downs. So first be prepared for that, and then you can face anything. As far as humiliation is concerned, don't look at it as humiliation. Because the first thing is, for example, when you go in for a casting, for an audition, right? You go for a casting call and you do an audition. There are like 20, 30 other people there auditioning for the same role. There might be people who do your audition and they'll say, well, thank you so much, you did a great job, but this is not what we are looking for. So all the best in your next audition, and they'll send you off very nicely. There are some people who might be very rude, might be very mean. They might speak very insultingly and, as you said, humiliatingly about you. At that point, what you need to know is keep a strong sense of yourself, your ambition, your goals, your determination to succeed. Understand your strengths as an actor, as a creative person. And also, when they are saying something, even if it is a rejection, a harsh rejection, listen to them and understand what they are saying. Is there any merit in what they're saying? They said, I'm not good in this. Is that correct? If that is correct, how can I improve that? If it is an emotional scene that you have done an audition and they say, what is this? Such a bad performance. You can't act. Please go. And analyze that reaction. Don't get broken down and say, oh my God, he rejected me. I'm finished. And, I'm no. What did I perform? What did they expect? What could I have done differently? Maybe if I did that scene, that audition scene, that dialogue in another way, maybe it would have been a different effect. So use every rejection as an incentive to work harder. Because as an actor, you can never say, I know it all. I've seen many great actors who have not even been acknowledged as stars. People who will be doing small roles in films. Amazing talent. Some of the most beautiful actors I've ever seen. Character roles. You'll blink and you'll miss them, but they'll be amazing performers. And they learn with every new scene, every new dialogue. They keep developing themselves. That's the beauty of being in a creative field. So every rejection that you face, take it as an incentive to learn, to improve yourself, to better your skill, to become more spontaneous, to learn more. And you will come to that one audition and that opportunity where they look at you and say, wow, what a talent. So never look at humiliation or rejection as a personal thing towards you. It's not personal. That person is saying that to one among so many people. So if you want to stand out and be unique, learn from every rejection. Use it to make yourself stronger. Just remember, it is not personal. It's not about you. It's not targeted at you as a person. Use everything to your benefit. Okay? Does that help?
Rightly
Again,
said,
if you
ma'am.
can type a message about, yeah.
And ma'am, there's a question from Madhumita. Can you share your experience about your journey of success and how to be a superwoman?
Okay. First of all, whether it's a journey of success or failure, or whether you're a superwoman, or whether you're a normal woman, or whether you're a weak woman, just understand it's not about these outward perceptions, right? I will define a successful life as a life in which I have lived according to my terms, my wishes, my dreams, my goals, my sense of right and wrong, and what I hold dear more than anything else. When I am going to bed today, when I close my eyes to sleep, am I at peace or not? When I wake up in the morning, am I excited to face the rest of my life? We all make compromises. I'm not saying you shouldn't adjust for people and situations. Life is a certain amount of adjustment when we have loved ones. we give and take a little bit. That is all normal. But I'm saying over and above that, your life has to be lived on your terms. When you make a decision, you be prepared to take the repercussions of that decision. And you be prepared to take the rewards of that decision. So that is how I will define a truly successful life. And when you live your life like that, whether you're a man or a woman, you will be a super person. Does that help? Does that answer your question? I hope it does.
Hope it
Because
does.
this thing of, yeah, being a superstar or being a super executive or being, a super entrepreneur, or these are all just individual decisions of each people. You can decide to, be a farmer tomorrow. You can decide to be a social worker. You can decide to be a photographer. You do it to the extent of your ability and on your terms. You are super in whatever you do. There is one question, Indu, if I may
There
take
is a
that.
question
Sai
from...
Saramesh.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, he said, how important is the role of men in women empowerment and how can men contribute to women empowerment drive? I love this question and I really appreciate that you're asking that because it's a very important thought for every man to have. Now, a normal answer, like a regular answer to that question would probably along the right. So you should give equal employment opportunities. You should give women respect in all walks of life, and you should give them these allowances. You should do this for them. You should do that for them. I'm going to give you a different perspective. I'm going to say that it is nobody's business and it is nobody's right to give anybody anything. Nobody is superior and nobody is inferior. Everybody has equal rights. So it's not given to you. Every man and every woman, everybody has the right to be who they are, to live their life to the fullest. A freedom or an employment opportunity, respect. These are not things that are given as a privilege. This is the birthright of every living creature on this earth. So when you start looking, when a man starts looking at a woman as an individual, as a person like themselves, automatically you will realize that there's no question of giving anything. You can support a woman to be all that she is, like she supports you to be all that you are. Your mother supports you, your sister supports you, your wife supports you, your daughter supports you. They do that because they love you. They want you to be the best and happiest person that you can be. Every man should look at every woman around them also the same way. Does that help? And I'm saying this with great confidence that you will understand and you will take this message forward because you've asked that question. Because you've asked that question, I know that you're thinking in that direction. So I'm very happy about that.
Hope it helps, ma'am.
And I hope this is a message that has reached everyone on this forum.
Exactly, ma'am. There's a question from Sharmila. How can we overcome the past?
Lovely question. We can't. We cannot overcome the past because the past is something that we had to get through to be who we are today. And trust me, I'm saying this with a lot of emphasis because this is a journey that I have gone through myself and realization that I have come to myself. And it was like an eye-opener for me. Some of you might be knowing something about my life because I've always shared all the ups and downs in my life very publicly. I've been through many really, really painful situations through my health, my personal life, through my career, whatever. And at one stage, my way of dealing was I have so much right now, so much of trauma going on right now. I can't deal with the trauma that I just went through. So I'm going to shut it away and I'm going to just look at what I'm facing now and then move ahead. At one time, I realized by shutting off my past simply because it was painful. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Can everyone hear me? Yeah. So I realized by shutting off my past because it had painful memories or painful associations, I am locking away parts of myself because that is my journey. Other people who might have been a part of it have come and gone. But this is my life and it's my achievement because I fought through that. And if I'm standing today, that means I have won. I have not only survived, but I have won over everything that I've gone through. So it's my legacy. So I should be proud of it. The day I realized that, I felt as a burden has been lifted from my shoulders. And owning my past and not and knocking down that wall and acknowledging that all of it is my life and me, I feel so strong today to look at my future and say, bring it on. I know that I have more challenges, but I know I can face it because this entire journey is me and my achievement, my strength. I proved to myself exactly how much strength I have and how much more I can face, how much stronger I can be. So don't ever think about overcoming your past. Your past is a beautiful legacy that shows you how strong and how beautiful you are, how intelligent you are, how capable you are, how loving you are. So never be ashamed or never think that your past is a burden. It's beautiful. It's made you who you are up to this point. Whether you are 10 years old, whether you're 25 years old, or whether you're 50 years old or 70 years old. Take it, accept it, celebrate it, and let it make you stronger for the rest of your life. Does that help, Sharmila?
That's true, ma'am. It's true. One of the fact that we cannot avoid. And one of our students, a very own student, Vinod, wants to ask the question directly to you.
Sure.
Vinod, we couldn't hear you.
Hi, ma'am. Can you hear
I
me?
think Vinod. Hi, Vinod. Yes.
How are you, ma'am?
How are you?
Yes, ma'am. I'm good, ma'am. So, ma'am, what's your best advice on keeping focused on the important when the distractions in our life are constant, ma'am?
Okay. Good question. So, what is important to you and what is a distraction to you?
Okay, ma'am. So, I personally
You
want
can't
to.
define. So,
Okay.
tell me.
No, ma'am. There is I separated something which is important for me. But due to this COVID situation, I couldn't concentrate in that. So, and many other distractions are coming. I have some other distraction from outside, from inside the family even. So it has been constant, ma'am. So I couldn't avoid that. I cannot tell that as distractions even. I had to. I mean, I have to take a responsibility in that. But due to that, I couldn't concentrate in something which where I consider that as a destiny.
Okay, so let me try and put it in a different way. Just tell me if I've understood you properly. So, if you have a goal to say to maybe start your own business, right? And for starting your own business, you'll need to have certain resources. You need investment, you need suppliers, you need vendors, you need to have a place, an office, whatever it might be. You need to have your own staff and all of that, right? So to set up all of that, you need to have your mental focus. You need to put all your energy into that. But if you have, say, a family member who has a problem, if you have a friend who has a health issue, and all of these kind of things keep pulling you away from your focus, right? Then what do you do? Is that something like what you're describing?
Exactly, ma'am. Exactly, ma'am.
Something like that. Okay,
No,
great.
exactly, ma'am.
So what exactly that? Okay, I'm glad I understood that. So what I would suggest at that time, and this I'm going to say again and again, take a book, take a notebook, something that you really like, and take of your favorite pen and sit down, take half an hour to yourself quietly. Shut the door, don't let anyone come in, or go sit somewhere where no one will disturb you and start writing. What do you need to write? One column you need to write, what is your goal? And under that, all the things that you need to do to achieve that goal. Immediate target, medium term target, long term targets. Okay, as in resources to put into achieving that. I'm not talking about your business goal that you've already defined. In order to achieve that, you always have to go in stages of scaling up, right? So, what is your initial investment of money, time, effort, resources, and all those other things you put? Then medium term, then long term, and then you look at make another list of what your challenges are. What are your distractions, as you're calling them? I won't call them distractions. I would rather look at them as responsibilities. That's a part of everyday life. So when you make a list of the other things that need your attention, they need your time, they need your money, right? So you make a list of that, and then you can start almost making like an Excel sheet to say resources to requirements. How do you start balancing it out?
Okay, ma'am.
And you will find your money, your equipment, material, people, all of that you will be able to allocate between both when you plan it. The biggest challenge will come when you are trying to allocate your mental strength and your mental energy.
Yes, ma'am. True.
Because when it comes to personal issues, you can give money and you can go stand in a hospital, or you can go and be there for somebody who needs your presence, but that will pull your mental energy.
Yes, ma'am.
Mentally it drains you more, and you find when you come to sit down for your actual work, for your professional targets, your professional work, you will find mentally you have been drained. Dealing with someone's sorrow, dealing with someone's pain, someone's anger will drain your own energy. So the only thing that you actually have to really focus is how do you keep yourself mentally strong and rejuvenated. And that comes back to physical health. No matter what happens, take out 1 hour in the day. It can be half an hour morning, half an hour evening, doesn't matter. Sit and do just steady breathing. If you can meditate, meditate. If you do pranayama, do pranayama. Or if you just sit in a calm place and just breathe. Just breathe. Just don't do anything but breathe. Light a candle, or sit in a breeze. If you have a corner of a terrace somewhere, sit there. Sometimes you have these rooftop corners where nobody can come under the water tank. Go sit there. That has to be your place, but make sure you are breathing evenly. In certain number of counts, out certain number of counts. If you go in 4, out 4. Make sure you breathe. And then the other half an hour, if you can make 45 minutes, great. Do a vigorous exercise. Exercise doesn't mean gym and all that. Go for a run. Do stretches. Do yoga. Find nice videos that are there on YouTube, right? And do aerobics. Do power yoga. Do whatever it is. Get your blood pumping.
Sure, ma'am.
So when you do this, you will start rejuvenating your body cells. You will start oxygenating every cell in your body. And when your cells in your body have more oxygen, they work better. So whatever stress you're putting on them, they will be able to face it and recover better because you've nourished them. And I'll tell you one very simple thing. People will think that I'm joking when I say this. But throughout the day, from the time you wake up till the time you go to sleep, make sure you drink continuously, little by little, little by little. Make sure you drink at least 3 liters of water through the day. Good, clean drinking water. Don't say, oh, I drank coffee, other liquid. I drank juice. No. Juice, coffee, tea, all of that is something else. Nice, clean, healthy water. 3 liters through the day. Don't drink 1 liter at a time saying, oh, I missed out, so I'm going to make up. You will pass out. Okay? So throughout the day, keep a bottle of water and refill it 3 times. This, please tell everybody, because this and breathing and eating on time is something that will keep you so healthy.
Sure, ma'am.
Okay?
Okay.
Does that help you?
Of course, ma'am.
You already have everything it takes to work towards your goal as well as handle the responsibilities. Keep your mental health balanced. Adukapram, nobody will be able to shake you from that. You can do this and you can do that.
Okay, ma'am.
And if your other responsibilities, personal responsibilities get too much, I would suggest have a sit down with them. Make a nice relaxed environment. Ask them to come sit down, put a cup of tea in front of both of you and talk. Say, you know what, I'm here, I'm always here for you, and I'm ready to do whatever you need. But this is what I'm going through. So how do we help each other? You support me, I'll support you. Sit and talk to people in a language that they can understand and communicate, and you can achieve a lot. And I will suggest that in your business also.
Sure, ma'am.
Has this been helpful?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah, good. And anytime you feel overwhelmed, don't hesitate to reach out and ask for help. Like you asked right now, never hesitate to reach out and say, I'm going through this, I'm feeling overwhelmed, I need help.
Sure, ma'am.
Okay? Okay. I wish you all the best. I
Thank you.
wish you every success.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much for the wonderful words. And there is a question from Shrivatya. She is thanking you for the great speech. And her question is, these days people are widely talking about nepotism in Bollywood industry. The harsh reality is that there is a huge percentage of favoritism that plays in many corporates, despite the employees being exceptionally talented also. So what will be your suggestion to such victims of favoritism?
Right. Nepotism is something that is a reality, undoubted, whether it exists in Bollywood or any other wood or any other industry. It is a reality of life. It's part of human nature. I found a lot of people who will come forward and say, we'll give you this simply because we speak the same language, or you belong to my family or to my team. I've seen this happen a lot. It's a fact. So how do we face it, right? One is you keep honing your own skills. When you are at a level of performance and skill and ability that nobody can deny that you are the right person for that job, that is a huge plus in your favor. And I'll tell you why I'm saying that you have to be at the right level, where you have to be at the top of your game. The reason I'm saying that is in every corporate that is functioning, that should be working according to certain rules and regulations and laws. So there are many safeguards in place to protect somebody against, like, for example, the rules of hiring and firing. They are there. There are laws. I don't know this very well because it's not my area of expertise, but I'm sure within your institution, your college itself, you will be able to get clarity. I want every one of you who is going into the corporate industry, corporate world, to first of all be aware, understand what are your rights as an employee in a workplace. As a company, whether it's a private limited or a public limited, what are their obligations towards you? And when you feel that you've been a victim of nepotism or favoritism, you will have recourse, official legal recourse to act on that. And when you choose to take that kind of an action or raise that kind of a complaint or an issue, there will be resources you can turn to. Whether it's legal advice, whether it is counselors, whether it is social workers who will come and support you, it can just be colleagues who are facing the same issues within your company, because it's a very good chance if within a team, if you are facing these issues, it's a very good chance that many of your colleagues are also facing it in other ways. So talk to people around you, talk to your colleagues, talk to your friends, form a group, become aware of your rights, become aware of rules and regulations, become aware of the obligations of your workplace, and then you will know how to take it forward. There is always a way to deal with injustice and with wrong. Approach it analytically. And also, always, this is what I'm saying, because when somebody turns around, you get a hearing, somebody says, okay, fine, I'll see whether you're the right person for the job and whether an injustice has been committed, when you go in there for that interview, when you go in there for that conversation, when you are able to prove that you are the best person for that job, for that position or that project, they will not be able to deny that. So keep yourself at the top of your game, be aware of your rights, be aware of the obligations of your employers and your workplace, and you will have resources to fight. Is that helpful? Does that make sense? To everybody. I mean, I think this is relevant to anybody going to the corporate world.
Yes, ma'am, it helps us. And there is a student who wants to ask a question directly, Maunika. Maunika, you can unmute yourself and ask the
Sure.
question.
Yeah. Hi, ma'am.
Hi, Monica. Monica.
Yeah.
What a lovely
Yes.
name.
Thank you.
Tell
So previously you were addressing this thing that, be there, be a person who says, I am there for you. So that's something very beautiful. And I think that's something that we all had to inculcate in ourselves. Like most of us get taught or, spoken about things, how to handle ourselves when we are in depression. But it is very less spoken about how we have to be there for someone who is being part of depression. Like, so if I have a friend who is in depression, I should know how to handle her. I should know how to be there for her, what to speak, what not to speak, because at that very moment, it is very, very, sensitive thing that if I speak something else instead of any other thing, it might disturb her literally very to an extent. So isn't it important for every one of us to understand how to treat a person or how to be there for someone in the right way? So that's
No, I like
one
that
thing I wanted.
question.
Yeah. And there is another thing that I want to talk about is these depressions, anxieties, mostly for the women. How much, the percentage that happens outside the home equally happens inside the home. Most of the women face that mental illness because of the things they can't get over. Now we are in four walls. That's a happy home. Home is where we have people for us. So when you get back home, it's there you can see a lot of sickness, mental, not well-being. So how to get over that, because most of the times what happens is something we are facing, it's because of someone who is elder to us, so we can't even raise the voice, or maybe the raise of voice will not help or will not bring a change in the person, so that can harm you constantly on your mental illness. So how do we deal with it?
Okay, I love that question and it's very practical. I'll tell you a small thing that changed a lot of things for me, okay? I'll start with your second question first. How do you handle it when someone older than you and someone who's very close to you is inflicting emotional pain on you, right? When I realized this point, it became so, it's like, Bludana is what I thought. But the thing is, and I think I said this in another answer, look at that person and understand them. And you realize what they're saying, their mindset, their attitude, their approach towards you, the language they're using, however they're treating you that is painful to you, is their problem. That's who they are. It is not you. If they were actually healthy, or if they were, well balanced and they had a great perspective, they will realize if they're unhappy with something that you are doing, then the right way is for them to sit down and talk to you and say, see, my dear, this is what is troubling me. I don't think you should do this, or I don't appreciate this. So there are ways of doing it. So if they're not doing that, that means they are the ones with the problem. And when you understand this, you start realizing that they actually need your sympathy. And when you realize that, immediately you become the bigger person. The key to having mental trauma inflicted upon you is it can harm you and hurt you and affect you as long as you engage with it. You understand? Physically, when you get a blow, it's not so easy to not engage. But mentally and emotionally, when you're not engaged with it, it's just somebody talking something. Words are going by. You know it doesn't apply to you. You know you didn't do anything like they're accusing you, or you know you don't deserve how harshly they're speaking to you. So if somebody is saying some words, you can try talk to them. If they don't listen, if they continue in the same way, that's their problem, their life, their personality. It can be however close they are to you. This sense of your own self, you should always hold on to your life. Throughout your life, you should hold on to it. Because you will meet 100 different people through your life who think that just because they are in your life, just because they know you in some way, they can inflict whatever they're thinking, whatever they're saying, and you will keep quiet. No need. It's like tomorrow you get married, your husband goes to work, has a hard day at work, comes home and takes it all out on you. No, that's not okay. You had a hard day, come talk to me about it. I'll help you deal with your anger or your frustration or whatever you're feeling. But don't take it out on me. I'm not your punching bag. And if you are going to have this kind of a relationship with people close to you in your life, you should establish it right from the beginning. Begin as you mean to go on. So if you're looking for a relationship, it can be a friendship, it can be like a professional workplace, it can be a marriage, it can be, being in love with someone, your kids, parent and child relationship, begin saying mutual respect. I understand you're going to have days when you're in a bad mood. I understand there are days when you don't know how to deal with your issues. Talk to me. I'll be here for you. But don't take it out on me because I don't deserve it. If you have a problem with me, tell me. I'll try to understand your point of view. So when you start engaging with people like this, people who really respect you and love you and want to be in your life on your terms will be there. Others who are there simply because they think they can get away with, exploiting your niceness or your giving nature or something, they will leave. And you'll be fine. You'll be just fine without that. Same thing applies if you're talking to parents, to elders in life. You understand that they're talking to you from their point of view. It's their prejudice. It's their way. They think that it should be like this, should be like that. Maybe they face the same thing from their parents. So there's no need to continue that. You can try and talk to the elders in your house. If they understand you, well and good. If they don't, then you understand. They're my elders. I love them. I respect them. But I should do things in my way, and I'll find a way of doing what I need to do for my happiness and my life. Do you understand what I'm saying? And when you're thinking so respectfully and so rationally in such a mature way, your decisions will also be good. Is that helpful? Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. And your first question was about how do you do the right thing? What do you say to somebody who's, suffering from anxiety and depression?
Yeah.
The first thing I will say, most important thing is never dismiss what they're saying. If they say, oh my God, I'm feeling anxious because of this, I'm feeling so depressed because of, a test or a relationship or my looks or something, never say, what are you talking about, all rubbish? Nothing like that. Never dismiss their worries. Never dismiss their fears. Take it seriously. Because if that fear and that worry is so serious, such a big thing for them that they've gotten so depressed and anxious, that means it's real for them. So you have to respect that. Even in your eyes, you think that she's so beautiful, why is she worried about her looks? Or she's so intelligent, why is she worried about her test? She might not feel that way. So you sit down and listen to her or listen to him. Let them talk about what is really worrying them. What is their fear? What is their weight? And then tell them that, you know what, this is how I see you. Or if you think that you can't handle something, Help them to analyze, why do you think you can't handle it? What are the challenges? How can you handle it? You have this talent. You have this strength. So you use this to deal with this, and help them to overcome. Prove to them, help them to prove to themselves that they can face any situation. And by that, you empower them to overcome their depression and their anxiety. Keep them healthy. Take them out of that environment. Take them for a brisk walk. Get some oxygen into their cells. When you do that, you help them to think clearly. So that's what it means when you say take a break. Get out, go for a walk, be in the open air, like exercise rigorously, run up and down some steps. It gives positive hormones and positive chemicals into the body and helps you overcome fear and stress. Does that help?
Yes, it does, ma'am.
Yeah. So whether you're there for a friend or whether you're feeling overwhelmed and you want someone to be there for you, you can tell them, say, this is what I need from you. I don't need you to come and tell me what I'm thinking is rubbish. I need you to come and ask me what is worrying me. I need you to take my worries seriously and help me figure it out. Don't be afraid to ask for what you need.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes.
All the best.
Lovely
I wish you a beautiful life ahead.
Yeah, thank you.
Lovely talking to you too.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, ma'am. That's the question which Monica asked is not only answer to her, it is also answer to everyone who's in the session because we all searching for the
Exactly.
answer. So, and there is a question
I'm glad.
from Mukesh. He says that, first of all, I really need to tell you that I am a great fan of Raja Chinnaroja till now. And my first question is that everyone will ask who's your role model, who's your inspiration in life, and how do you see that, ma'am? Do we need to have a role model or inspiration in our life?
First of all, Mukesh, thank you so much. That is really a lovely film, and it's a very precious memory to me because it was so lovely shooting it and making that film also. Um, okay, who is my role model? Honestly, I don't have a role model. Who is my inspiration? I have plenty of inspiration around me. Every person that I see, every person that I meet, whether it's directly, whether it's someone I see across the road, whether it's someone I see in a meeting, whether it's somebody that I see on television talking about an issue, whether I see somebody working, I see inspiration everywhere. Because it is about seeing people who are facing innumerable hardships in life, but they get up and they get themselves ready and they face that life and they overcome. So for me, that is inspiration. I find when I'm stuck in certain situations, when I'm feeling overwhelmed, when I'm feeling so bad about something, where I feel sad or something, I remember conversations I've had with people, mostly conversations I've had with my mom. Things that she would share about her life, how she faced certain issues. I talk to my daughter so much because I see the world different. I look at it through younger eyes, through eyes of my daughter and her generation. I talk to young people walks of life, and see people, whether it is a character in film or whether I see people in real life. I see experiences, I see emotions, I see personalities, I see fight, I see joy, love. So take inspiration from wherever you can find it. This thing of I am inspired by a great person, it's a wonderful thing. But for me, everybody who makes it through their life, facing challenges, overcoming it, and life, to me, that person is inspiration. It can be, somebody who's been nowhere near a camera. It can be somebody who's one in a million. Like, could be, walk on the street and get lost in the crowd. Doesn't matter. That person is my inspiration. I used to have an aunt faced every difficulty and hardship in her life. She's not like family, but closer than family to me. She was with me through all the challenges that I faced till she passed away. I know how many hardships and sorrows she faced every day in her life, in so many ways. But I also know that wherever she set foot, she would come with a big smile and jokes, and she will make everybody laugh and feel better about themselves. And that lady is an inspiration to me all my life. So, like this, find inspiration wherever you are. Find words of wisdom with people that you talk to, people that you see. YouTube is wonderful because you have so many great interviews that you can listen to. It's all about a human being's individual growth in life. So keep searching for that because it's a journey that never ends. Because as a person, you never stop growing and evolving. And every time you evolve, that means it's a new growth. It's a new facet of yourself and your personality. So that means you have new needs. So you keep searching and you will keep growing and you will keep getting more into who you are supposed to be as a human being. And I wish you a beautiful journey in that. Of it's a new facet of yours. You keep searching and you will keep growing and I wish you a beautiful journey in that. Of Indu, are you here?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. There's little disturbance in the voice and the video, ma'am.
Okay, but most of the message came through.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It is.
Okay. So just to cap it off, what I was saying is just look for this inspiration all around you because at the end of the day, life is about celebrating the beautiful things and fighting hard to overcome the negativity and to keep moving forward and to live life to the fullest. And people around us do that every day.
True, ma'am. There's one last question from the student, Vignesh Suresh. May I, ma'am?
Yeah.
So
Please do.
He asked, in Tamil Nadu, nowadays more negativity is there, especially a right person like me always feel that we face mental pressure and emotional disturbance from left people. It is increasing day by day. Any small change would impact for a big difference. So you can suggest me some small practice that can help in making a big impact. The tool not necessary to be media or social media. Any idea, ma'am, please?
So I just wanted to clarify one thing to Vignesh. Does he mean when he say right and left, is it a political or a social political stand you're talking about, or just generally you're saying right and left? Because based on that, I can answer.
Vignesh, you can unmute yourself and you can. He says that yes, ma'am, is social
political. So yeah, no, he answered it. Social political. Okay, I like this question, and it's also true. There is a lot of unrest. The first thing is, instead of feeling overwhelmed by this, instead of feeling upset or threatened by this, start asking questions. Look at the root of this conflict. Politics has become a tool to mold society, to mold the vote bank to one side or the other side. More so in Tamil Nadu today than anywhere else. Please type or you can unmute and talk to me directly. Tell me if this is what you're talking about or not. But politics is also an essential part of life. It is our duty as a citizen to be political, to participate in the politics because our politics is my politics for my society, my country, my world. When I say my, I'm saying for each one of us. So we have to be politically aware. We have to be politically participative. That doesn't mean go out on the road and do dharna and throw stones and break windows. That's not what I mean. I'm saying have your ideology and find out where that ideology stands and what you need to do to strengthen that. And always look at understanding your opposite point of view. You can't say, I believe this and anybody who stands against that needs to be shut down. No. Because you have to understand, especially what is happening on a society-wide level today, is that a lot of it is how do we say, it is a curated conversation. Certain topics are being thrown out, certain issues are being raised in order to either divert or create unnecessary chatter or to cloud the main issue, right? So when you have a focus, whether it is a right wing focus or a left wing focus, or you're a middle of the line ideologue, it doesn't matter. Whatever it is, have an open mind, have dialogue, and then look at what is valid about your belief system that you can implement in a positive way. Is it intellectual? Is it cultural? Is it socio-cultural? Is it religious? Is it economic? Is it youth-oriented? There are so many ways in which you can take your belief system and your message forward positively. Social media has become a platform for mass propaganda. And social media is also hugely, what is the right way to put this? It has been hugely, it has become a system, and when it becomes a system, there are always structures within it to control and to present it in certain ways. So basically, I'm saying at the end of the day, there is no alternative for getting out, for actually reaching people, to talk, to get together, to hear opinions. And then when you're able to prevail with your beliefs and your point of view, you would have won over that many people to the same perspective. So I would say, go out. First of all, tabulate what your belief system is, what you see as a right perspective, and what you would want to see propagated. And then start talking to people. WhatsApp groups are so popular. So I would rather you had a WhatsApp group for a constructive conversation rather than to send good morning, flower bouquet forwarding messages. Like you do jokes and videos and all that. Have a group where you start bringing in like-minded people. Start talking, start gathering intellectual capital. And then very soon, when you have smaller centers and when there is so much of validity and credibility within that, you will be able to take the sphere of that influence wider and wider. Talk to people, get mentors, people who are senior, people who have, lived the life in the way that you see as your belief system. Reach out to people, find peers, find people who are looking for direction. Start talking and start making your clear voice heard in a positive, progressive way. And always, when someone opposes you, understand where they are coming from. Even if they are shouting you down simply because you are opposite to them, you don't do the same thing to them, otherwise there won't be any end to it. Understand where they're coming from and address whatever they're saying with logic, with facts. And pretty soon your voice and the honesty in your voice will be what is standing straight. That will stand strong more than anything else.
Ma'am, am I audible, ma'am? Myself is Vignesh.
Yes, now I can hear. Vignesh.
Yes. So the problem.
Can you turn your camera on? Can you turn your camera on?
Ma'am, I have some issues here, ma'am. So that's why I'm not able to.
Okay, don't worry. Tell me.
So, ma'am, my main problem was, whenever we project ourselves as a nationalist, we get carried over by this, we have always the right wing of thought. So that I always feel that there is a thin line between being a nationalist and, projecting ourselves as a right wing. So that is the highest amount of problem prevailing in Tamil Nadu, I would say, ma'am. So that was the main problem which I would like to seek your guidance, and especially it happens in every.
See, the thing is what. Hello.
Yes, ma'am. You can go ahead. No, my
yeah. No, you are right about this, because as I said, one of the things that I think it is quite obvious now, even if I don't say it, is that media has definitely, when I say media, I'm not talking about news stations or channels. I'm talking about the actual platform of media, social media, messaging, those kind of things. There has definitely been a sort of one one thought group or, either political entities or whatever have a certain influence over it. That's a question of business of media. So we'll keep that aside. What I would like to say is I want you to look at this as an individual. When you as an individual have this passion and you are a nationalist and you stand for nation above all else, which incidentally even I do too, you need to see about how you can get that message out. Don't worry about fighting the larger fight. Don't worry about getting onto the larger platform and looking at shutting down the larger discourse. Let them go on with that. You will catch up to it very soon if you take your step-by-step progress. So first, clarify. You know that when you stand up and you say a certain statement, you are going to get 10 different statements trying to shut you down, right? You're going to have people coming at you from all sides saying, what you're saying is wrong, what you're saying is anti-national, you're being, anti-state identity, whatever. Listen to all of that. And when you listen to it, write it down, question point by point, what are they saying? And when you look at it, you know very clearly what your answer is to each of that. So when you have an answer to these things, pretty soon after a certain stage, when your voice, when you are clear in your mind, your voice becomes very loud. People ask me, ரொம்ப தைரியமா பேசுறீங்களா எல்லாத்தையும்? இது என்னோட தைரியம் கிடையாது. நான் தெளிவா இருக்கேன். I know there's no dichotomy in my thought. I'm not playing two games. I'm not trying to please anybody. This is who I am. This is my belief system, and I know that this is right. So I'm very clear about it. When you achieve that, your voice will become very clear, and you will find the platform then to take it to the next level.
True, ma'am. Yes.
So you have to approach it a micro issue at a time. And what I said earlier is about reaching out to people who think like you, young people of your generation with that perspective and with the strength and with this energy, maybe anger also, are all good things to achieve something positive, to bring people together. This is not an exclusionist, belief system when you're talking about nationalism. It's everybody. All Indians are my brothers and sisters is what we grew up with. And it's inculcated into our DNA.
Yes.
So I will say, become very clear in your thought process, understand what people are throwing at you, understand the validity in that. Maybe somebody criticizing you for something might have a point. Maybe when you said something, you were not clear about it. So if they say, why you shouldn't have said this, you should have said that, listen to it. Next time you talk, incorporate that. Learn from every criticism you get. Dismiss the ones that are albatrosses. People who are there just to make noise, push them aside. They don't matter. And keep on reaching out to people. Keep on gathering more numbers of people who think alike. And the voices will get stronger and stronger and stronger. This goes to anything that one believes in life, that one wants to live, decides to live their life according to a certain doctrine. It works. It can be a social issue. It can be standing up for people who are challenged, people who are underprivileged, people who are being abused. It can be for animal rights. It can be for anything. Be strong and clear and honest in your thought and intention, and you will be able to take it forward.
Yes, ma'am. Thanks a lot, ma'am.
Does that help?
Yes, ma'am. That clarifies my doubt. Yeah, sure. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, I'm glad. Indu, do we have anything else?
No, ma'am. So we are going to complete the sessions. I would like to have Mr. Gulshan Kumar to give a few words, ma'am.
Sure.
Yep. So truly, 2 hours finished, and really I got submerged in your talks, ma'am. It was truly inspirational. We when we started, there was so much ice between us, and with your positivity, really the entire ice got melted, and we got submerged in your inspirational speech. That was lovely. So actually, I'm from North India, and when I go very deep into the thoughts, and you drive me into that those thoughts, that Hindi thing came out. I hope that you understand. Like, yeah. So
Yes.
there is a famous saying, जिंदगी तो हर किसी को मिलती है, उसको जीना एक कला है. Yeah. So everyone gets life. Very few learns hacks of it. Yeah. And
Living it is an art. Yeah.
you have proved that you have one of it. And there is another saying that दुनिया से तो हम जीत सकते हैं, हार तो खुद से जाते हैं. People can win the world, but they usually lose on themselves. So this is what you emphasize.
Yes.
You talk upon that, how to win the real battle by maintaining that harmony and self within.
Yes.
I'm really touched by your thoughts. Individual should discover one's beauty of life, being self. One should not allow external forces to influence inner self. That was to the core. And your talks and beauty of thoughts, made me so eager to meet you in person, and to talk you at length on these topics. I'm looking forward for your personal presence anytime in the campus, ma'am. You are cordially invited to ITM Business School, Chennai. Once again, I'd love, and we all would love to have you at our campus someday near. Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Gulshanji. It's been an absolute pleasure. And I actually want to say to everybody who's been a part of this session is that I spoke a lot about, I talked about being there for someone, to simply say, I'm here for you. I just wanted to tell all of you that this is my way of saying, I am here for you. Sharing all of these thoughts, hearing, your questions, and hoping that I've been able to give you some clarity and, some direction in which to deal with all of these issues that are troubling you. That's really about saying that I'm here for you. And it can happen on any level and in many ways. So please pass that on. Be there for somebody else. Be each other's strength. And pretty soon you will find that you have everything within yourself to face anything that comes up in life. I wish all of you the most beautiful, fulfilled, challenging, and successful, healthy life. I love you all, and all of you, each one of you, are worthy of that love from others, but mostly yourself. You should love yourself because you're unique and you're beautiful and you're worth it. And Gulshanji, I would like to say I'm so touched by the kind of questions your students have asked, which shows me the kind of atmosphere that you've created in your campus through your courses in your classrooms. And this is something that's very precious. And this is, I think, your greatest service in bringing up youngsters who are really so thoughtful and so responsible towards themselves and to society. So my congratulations and my gratitude to you and every member of your faculty and your administration. And I want to tell every student, and please pass it on to all your friends who could not be a part of this also, that you guys rock. I have every confidence in your generation, and I know that our world is in the best possible hands with you guys. Keep thinking, keep questioning, keep growing, keep getting better, and live your life to the fullest. All the very best. God bless.
Thanks a lot. Over to you, Indu, for a formal closing.
Sure. Thank you so much, Gauthami ma'am. The session about mental health is very much needed to discuss in this critical time that we are going through. And you encouraged us and gave us the deep insights of the mental health, and you made us realize that we are special and to live our life to the fullest, and to never ever give up. This is something that we used to forget when we get hit by the failure or any stoppages in our life, and we need to stick to that mantra and get to move ahead in our life with lots of love and happiness. And again, also you have given a very thoughtful advice to all of our participants. It is not something like they're just asking to an actress. It is something like they're just speaking to a friend, and you understand in every aspect of their own personal issues, and you just stick to that, and then you just give a solution. It's not only to the one single participant, but also to all the participants who present here. And the very strong thing that you made us realize once again, that to help each other and to move our very busy schedule and to stay with a very needed person and show the compassion and kindness and to say that I'm here for you. And there is a universal truth which is quoted by our own Thiruvalluvar many years ago, stated that Anvillar ellam tamakuriyar anbudayar enbumuriyar pirarukku, which means those who are destitute of love appropriate all they have to themselves, but those who possess love consider even their bones belong to others. So I truly believe in kindness and passions that are real strength. And all we have to do is to spread our love, kindness to everyone, especially who is in need, that gives more value into our life. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much for sparing your time, valuable time here, and sharing your wisdom to our students and your experience to our students. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Indu. And again, thank you, Gulshanji, and to everybody who has been a part of this. Be safe and God bless and live life with joy.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Much, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
ma'am. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
ma'am.
You are truly an inspiration to all of us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you so much. Thank you. Guys, just keep rocking.
Love always, ma'am.
Love you too, my dear. Bye.
Bye.
Bye,
Thank you,
ma'am.
everyone. Thank you.
Bye, ma'am. Take care. Love you.
Take care, ma'am. Stay safe, ma'am.
Bye, bye, my dear. Take care. Take care. Stay safe.